It's Monday. That means it's time to solve the Monday puzzle. And there it is, the Monday puzzle. But first, a couple announcements. If you are new to the channel, first of all, welcome. This is Solve with Steve. I'm going to solve the crossword puzzle. If you want to jump ahead to the good stuff, that's fine. But a couple messages for everybody. Number one message. I had a long streak, and if you watched yesterday's video, I was not able to solve the puzzle correctly. I gave in. I clicked the not the reveal button, but the check button to see where my error was. I couldn't find it. It was a tough one. A lot of people are upset. I accept that the given answer was better than my answer. My answer was okay. The given answer was better, and a lot of people fell into that same trap. So, hey. Time to start a new streak, right? That's what we're going to do. We're going to start the new streak. Second thing, this is Monday, right? Normally on Monday, in recent past, 5, 6, 7 Mondays, I've had a youngster by my side. I've had one of my kids, and they've been alternating back and forth. I usually take my time on Mondays. It's the easiest of the New York Times puzzle, typically, but I take my time, and I solve with Brooke or with Ari. Well, they're away, so it's just me. And I have a little aggression to get out, so I'm going to go for speed. I'm just going to take this Monday, pedal to the metal, and we're just going to see how it goes. So I will do my best to narrate as I'm solving, but if I'm going too fast, I'll go through everything afterwards, okay? I do, but I got a little aggression to get out of my system today. So I'm going to go for speed. I hope you don't mind. But buckle up. Come along for the ride. Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's the Monday puzzle. It's the New York Times Crossword puzzle. Monday, July 31st. David Littman, Andrea, Carla Michaels are the constructing team. I am the solver. I am Steve. I'm just gonna burn, baby, burn. Here we go. Let's solve this puzzle. Reference point for nighttime navigation would be the star, moon, I don't know. Trims of photos, crop. Toodles, see ya, could be bye-bye. Luke Skywalker, and Anakin doesn't fit. Volcano output is lava. Lava. Casper the Friendly Ghost. I can't type. Not much. Okay. Serb, Slovene, those are Slavs. Paper towel roll leftover is the roll? I don't know. Similar to, akin to, part of a round trip is, I don't know. Return. That's what it is. Okay. Sought political offices ran. Comically packed is a clown car. Rami Malek. An oval is the track shape. After beauty parlor or pizza parlor. What do we have? Venus Williams is there. Okay. Gives into gravity. Sags. As a roof. Yes, a roof, of course. That's what everyone thinks about. Reference point, it's a star. Third star, second star to the left. Not much is a bit. Sounds from a side. Oinks. What do we have here? Toodles, I don't know. Could be Tata. Extra sports period is OTs. Pose, ask a question. Oh, it's chow. It's chow like that. Adds 1 2 cents, chimes in. Provoked, goaded is that one. Sick is ill. What do we have here? British Royal is King Charles III. King Charles III. Group of showbiz elites are the A-list. Shade of color is a hue. Riders, handful are, you have the reins in your hand. For profit institution, I don't know, church, something like that. Synagogue, I don't know. Keanu Reeves was Neo. Come off as Seam. Mark Maron, I think he spells it with a C. First Latina justice is Sonia Sotomayor. She spells it like that. Peter O'Toole was in Lawrence of Arabia. Small Whirlpool was in Eddie. Edward Lear was the poet. Worker welfare is OSHA. Seminary is for profit. That's funny. If I had a nickel, words before legal action. I don't know. Something about justice. I don't know. Tower of London guards are the beefeaters. Yeoman? Furious Ire. Yeah, let's go with Yeoman. Elliot Ness was in the Untouchables. Frozen Waffle Brand is Eggo. CT scan with MRIs. General Tso's chicken. Something about court. See you in court. See you in court. We'll figure out why that's important later. Pronounce is to say. Exam for expiring attorneys, the LSATs. Painting studio on the easels. Stairs to inflict with the evil eyes. Hair salon sound is snip, snip, snip. That looks like vinyl. Yep, materials for LP is vinyl. Nest eggs and IRA. TiVo was a VCR, came before that. 'Twas the night before Christmas. It's alive. Frida Kahlo is what we have there. Come on. Kahlo, there we go. Strand is to ice in during a blizzard. State Idaho is the state that fits a continental or intercontinental or interfaith tablet point or adding. Yeah, baby! Boom! That was fun. All right. I don't know if that was understandable. It was fun for me. Okay, let's take a look at that puzzle, shall we? That was fun. I got to admit, that was fun. I stumbled a few places, but that was a lot of fun. Okay, so we have, what do Venus Williams, King Charles III, and Sonia Sotomayor have in common is see you in court. We will see all of these people in court. One might exclaim to Venus Williams, or you might say to King Charles III or to Sonia, see you in court. Where would you see Sonia Sotomayor? At the Supreme Court. That's where she works, which is a court, a Supreme Court. Speaking of Supremes, one of the best tennis players ever, Venus Williams, you might say, I'll see you, not in court, but on the court, but I guess that makes sense. Serena Williams didn't fit, the wrong number of letters, because they wanted to be symmetric with the theme entries. King Charles III is the king, of course, the king, and his court, right? That's King's Court. So that's the theme. I like it. Pretty simple. 3 different meanings of the word court. A place where you have trials or hearings. A place where you play tennis. A place where the king sits upon the throne. And, yes. All right. Woo, that was fun. Okay, so your reference point for nighttime navigation is a star. That makes sense. You crop a photo, right? You put the corners in there. Toodles is ciao. Luke Skywalker is the hero of Star Wars. Volcanoes spew lava. Casper, the friendly ghost. Not much is not much, just a bit. Omar Epps is the actor. He was in House, and he was in a bunch of other things. Very cool guy. No. Yeah, he was in House. And other things, but I can't come up with them. Okay, Sounds from Psy, that's where pigs live, so they say oink. We did her. Sought political office, you ran for office. Ye olde shoppy is, I don't know if there's like, stereotypical oldie lettering. You see that on places. Okay. King Charles III was recently coronated. Is that the word? He had a coronation. I guess he was crowned. Oh, come on. Okay, someone at the New York Times has a sick sense of humor. A very, very sick sense of humor. Okay, so yesterday's puzzle, I thought I was over it. Oh, man, I thought I was over it. So yesterday's puzzle, they had, it was some clue across was the counterpart of some down clue, and the down clue was the counterpart of the across clue. So they're only clued in reference to each other. If you did this one, you know what I'm talking about. And if you figured out all the crossings, it was T-A blank and T-I blank. And so whatever goes in the blank finishes the T-I and finishes the T-A, and they're counterparts of each other. And I and many individuals put a C in there, and they got tic-tac. And it's like, oh, tick and tack, those sounds go with each other to make tic-tac-toe, or they go with each other to make tic-tac, the candy, the breath mint, whatever. And so it seemed pretty good. And I got to the end, and I didn't get the boo-ba-doo-ba-doo-ba-doo song, right? So something was wrong. So, I must have made a mistake. And I searched up and down, and it was kind of late, and I was trying to start to fall asleep. I should have stayed up. I should have been more energetic. I don't know. I gave up. I said, all right, I'll give it. And it turned out that it wasn't tick and tack. It was tit and tat that were with a T at the end, that were counterparts because of the phrase tit for tat. And I agree that is a better answer, that there are more counterparts because you trade tit for tat. I hit you, you hit me. That's we're going tit for tat. I always thought it was this for that, but apparently it goes for like tip and tap. But whatever. That's the etymology of the phrase. So they say. I accept that the given answer was better than my answer. I don't challenge the ruling. I'm still a little sore about it because I had a 200-something day streak. I was kind of proud of that. And I was ready to move on, ready to look forward, ignore that. The past is in the past, as they say. Let it go. And then they put tack in today's puzzle. All right. Anyway, moving forward, Better Call Saul is the prequel to Breaking Bad with Bob Odenkirk. Very good. Failed to is didn't. Yes, I failed to solve the puzzle correctly yesterday. I didn't solve the puzzle successfully yesterday. Okay. Cry on a roller coaster. Whee! Or but we use it works. Rider holds on to the reins of a horse. You hold the reins. Nate the Great, the detective. Okay, those are fun stories. I like Nate the Great. Brooke read a couple of Nate the Great books. Ari never got into that. He read other things, but I remember Brooke reading some Nate the Great, and they were kind of cute. I like those. All right, it's alive. Classic Frankenstein line. Yes, come off as to seem as. Yes, Haw's partner is him. Yes. And perhaps they could have him clued with Haw and Haw clued with him with the H as the common letter, and then maybe it's Tem and Taw or Bem and Ba. See, those don't work, but yeah. All right, so Sonia Sotomayor, first Latina justice, successor to David Souter. Yes. Exam for aspiring attorney, the LSAT, LSAT. If you want to get into law school, you got to have a good LSAT score. Fury is anger, is ire, such that I felt when I saw tack in the puzzle. Okay, see you in court is the revealer. It's a good one. LP's long-playing albums are made of vinyl. OSHA is the Occupational Safety and Health, I think, organization. U.S. government. If you are from across the pond, you might not know that. Hopefully you'll learn it because it's pretty common in crosswords here in the U.S. Yeah. MRIs are CT scan alternatives. So, but that could be a fool. That could be PET scans. Or okay. But here we go. And then we have weeps. Did I weep when I did not finish the puzzle? Perhaps I did. I don't know. But cries is a good alternative for weeps. Edward Lear is the poet who wrote The Owl and the Pussycat. Frozen waffle brand Eggo. Lego my Eggo, the famous tagline. Snoop Dogg and Doja Cat are both rappers, so that's kind of cool. Dog and a cat. It's a good, clever one. Small Whirlpool is an eddy. Yeah, if you have rapids, the individual little ones are called eddies. Elliot Ness is the Untouchables, the Treasury agent who brought down Al Capone, right? All right, and then the down clues: Serb, Slovene, and Slovak are Slavic ethnicities from Eastern Europe. The paper towel roll left over. I would call it just a roll, but yeah, the tube. Okay, that's a cardboard tube. That works. Similar to, akin to, the round trip. You leave and then you return. So that makes sense. The clown car, where people keep getting out of it. Rami Malek was in Bohemian Rhapsody. The speed track. Speed skating, they do it on oval track. Beauty parlor and pizza parlor are both phrases. Okay. Add just 1's 2 cents. You chime in. Atoms with charges or ions, or groups of atoms with ions. Could be a polyatomic ion. Science! But yes, if you take an atom and you add an electron, or you remove an electron, the atom is now called an ion. Pose as a question is to ask a question. Extra periods are overtimes, so OTs for short. Except, of course, in soccer, where it's just called extra time. Sorry, football. Provoted is goaded. Gives into gravity, the roof will sag. So that makes sense. Sick is ill. Frida Kahlo is a Mexican painter. Strand, as during a blizzard, is to ice in because you can't get out because there's ice trapping you. Shade of color is a hue. Showbiz elites are the A-list. Sometimes crosswords will have like the D-list or the B-list. You don't know which list it is, but the top group are the A-list. Idaho potatoes. This is fun. I'm trying to decide if this is boring or interesting. Usually I go slower during the puzzle, so I don't know. Leave me a comment. Tell me, yes, we like the post-solve word by word, or yeah, you don't need to do it. I don't know. I'm kind of curious. All right, so Idaho is famous for its potatoes. Inter is a prefix with continental, or faith could have been a sports clue because that's Messi's new team if you're a football, although we call it soccer here. But if you're a fan, that's that could have been thrown in there for a little more topical, because I know they put that tack clue in there based on yesterday's. They changed it today. I don't know if they did or not. Anyhow, tabloid twosome, if people are dating, they're an item. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. Stairs said to inflict curses are the evil eyes. Okay. Keanu Reeves played Neo. Whoa. Yes. for-profit institution. That's funny, for the profit. So seminary, because they're like, like God stuff, Bible stuff. So that makes sense. You're studying that. The painting studio stand is called the easel. That's what you put the canvas on if you are Frida Kahlo. Or another painter, you might use an easel. Mark Maron is a comedian, whatever, actor, I don't know, personality. Pronounce, how you pronounce a word is how you say a word, yes. Peter O'Toole was the actor in Lawrence of Arabia. I do not know that movie, but I'm familiar with the name, and it fit. The Tower of London guards are called yeomen. I did not know that. I was thinking they were the Beefeaters, but no, the Beefeaters are at what, Buckingham Palace? Maybe I'll look that one up. All right, let's finish this, and then I'll look up the yeoman of the Tower of London. Because I don't know, and I've seen the word, and it's a phrase, right? You're doing yeoman's work, apparently, is to work really hard and do good things. But I don't know that one. I've just seen the word. All right, hair salon, snip, 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 because they're cutting your hair. Previously owned is used. If I had a nickel for every time I blah, 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 blah. I strongly encourage you, I urge you to solve these puzzles because they're a lot of fun. Fixes as a carnival game. That game is fixed. That game is rigged. General Tso's chicken is a Chinese food dish. Maybe it's not a real Chinese food dish, but it's an American Chinese. I don't do real. I've never eaten real Chinese food in real China, so I don't know. TiVo. TiVo is kind of old. Does TiVo still exist? I mean, when TiVo first came out, it was the brand name that was the name. Oh, I'm going to TiVo this, I'm going to TiVo that. Now I just say DVR. I don't know even know if TiVo, the brand, is still around. But before there were digital video recorders built into a hard drive, you had a video cassette recorder. That's right, VCR. A nest egg fund. If you're going to retire, you put your money in the IRA. And that's the end of this puzzle. I'm kind of amazed that I did that in 2:37. I know that's a record. I'm not even going to look at my times. I know without a doubt that's a record for Monday, for any day. But I do want to look up, so let's zoom out. I do want to look up yeoman. And so let us do that. Y-E, Yellowstone, Yellow Pages, O, two O, sorry. Yeonmi Park is some Korean person. Yeonjun, Yojin-go. So the first non-Korean YEO, one of the few non-Korean YEOs, is yeoman. So let's look up yeoman. A man holding and cultivating a small landed estate, a freeholder, member of a social class in England and the United States. One originally referring to either one who owns and cultivates land or to the middle ranks of servants in an English royal or noble household. First documented in mid-14th century England. Also the yeoman longbow archer during the 100 Years' War. And the yeoman outlaws in the Robin Hood ballads. No. So what's this as Tower of London Guards? Tower of London Guards is the clue for yeoman. That's yeoman. Emerging social stratum. Voting rights granted to all freeholders. Below the landed gentry, but above the husbandmen. Oh, those husbandmen, those free tenant farmers or small landowners. Oh, so husbandry is like, animal husbandry is like keeping a farm, right? The meaning of husband in this is master of the house rather than married man. Oh, is this like the ranking here? Wow, okay. So Lord Paramount, and then Tenant-in-Chief, and then Main Lord, I guess that's how pronounced. And then Lord of the Manor. I thought Lord of the Manor was a big deal. Landholder of a rural estate. The Main Lord was himself the vassal of a higher lord. Tenant-in-Chief held his lands directly from the king, as opposed to holding them from another nobleman. Lord Paramount was an overlord who holds his own fief, from no superior lord, who holds a allodial title. Okay, so the lord of the manor was the landholder and could draw benefit from the estate, but I guess you're still underneath like the king and the prince and the people. And then comes the esquire, which is a courtesy title, a gentleman The lowest rank of the landed gentry. Below an esquire and above a yeoman. Wow. I thought the gentry was like the upper crust. But they are socially below the British peers. I had no idea. Okay, so here's yeoman. And there's vagabond. For kings. All I know about vagabond is it's in that, the can you feel the love tonight. Vagrancy is vagabonds, homelessness without regular employment or income. Vagabonds are beggars and thieves, but they're ranked above slaves. And then, wait, is it serf? No. Oh, serf is above. Serf is pretty high, relatively speaking. Okay. But what does this have to do with the Tower of London, yeoman? Anything about here? Yeoman service tower. All right, let's search here. Search for, whoops. Let's search, find tower. Yeoman warder. The Tower of London was used as permanent royal residence. And I thought it was just a prison, right? Permanent royal residence until 1509, 1510. Ah, here we go. King Henry, is this Henry VIII? Yeoman of the Guard. Which Henry is this? Henry Tudor. You don't get a number yet. Okay. Henry Tudor met King Richard III in battle for the crown of England. The War of the Roses had persisted intermittently for more than 30 years. Henry Tudor was the favorite candidate to replace Richard. 3 armies met that day on Bosworth Field. Richard with his supporters, Duke of Norfolk and the Earl of Northumberland. Henry with his troops under the command of the veteran John de Vere. And the troops of Thomas. Lord Stanley was a powerful lord, but he was stepfather of Henry Tudor, and Richard was holding his son hostage. Stanley's forces remained uncommitted as the battle raged. So they had 3 armies. The troops appeared to leave Henry, his bodyguards, and some French mercenaries isolated, or so it appeared to Richard. Sensing an opportunity, Richard charged toward Henry. Seeing this, Stanley made his decision and charged to reinforce Henry. Henry's bodyguards fought bravely. Richard's horse... Oh, is this my kingdom for a horse? No. That was Richard the Lionhearted, which I don't know, but that was in a crusade or something. I don't know. Henry had won. He rewarded his bodyguards by formally establishing the yeoman of the guard of the body of our Lord the King. The king had always had bodyguards, yeomen of the crown. This royal act recognized their bravery. First members of the bodyguard to protect the king. Tower of London during the reign of King Henry VIII. So this is that Henry. Henry Tudor is the Henry VIII. I don't know these things. Henry ordered 12 yeomen of the guard to remain as a garrison, indicating the tower was still a royal palace. When the tower no longer served that function, the garrison became warders and were not permitted to be... Okay. So Tower of London. Here we go. So this is now the Tower of London page. I just thought it was a jail. Huh. Officially, His Majesty's Royal Palace and Fortress of the Tower of London is a historic castle on the north bank of the River Thames in central London. Okay. And now we're going to find the word yeoman. It is guarded by the yeoman warders. Yeoman. Yeoman warders. The yeoman warders. The yeoman warders. Okay, apparently they're the yeoman warders. Now I know. Thank you for teaching me that, Wikipedia. I have so much to learn, as always. But dang it, I feel good because I just crushed that puzzle. Crushed it. Okay. Thank you for bearing with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like it. This is day 1 of the new streak. We're going to see how long it lasts. We're going to keep solving the puzzle not because of a streak, but because it's fun. That's why I do this. That's why you watch these. That's why you solve the puzzle, if you solve the puzzle. All right, tomorrow we'll see what happens. I hope you had a wonderful time. I hope you continue having a wonderful time. Have a great day, everybody, and I will see you in the